you see Dr. Breen,
Yeah, my
tell
shit.
him I said, fuck.
How do you do that?
And if you see Dr. Breen,
Fuck you! How do you separate the explosion sound?
and if you see Dr. Breen, tell him I said, and if you see Dr. Breen, tell him I said, fuck. And if you see Dr. Breen, tell him I said, and if you see Dr. Breen, tell him I said, and if you see Dr. Breen, tell him I said,
Foghorn.
and if you see Dr. Breen,
The lighthouse.
Dr. Breen,
Oh my God,
and if
just
tell him I said, and if you see Dr. and if and if Dr. Breen, and if you see Dr. Breen, tell him I said, fuck you.
Fuck you!
And if you see Dr. Breen, and if you see Dr. Breen,
Fuck you! If you see Dr. Breen, fuck you! Earth will collapse.
and if you see Dr. Breen, tell him I said, fuck you. And if you see Dr. Breen, tell him I said, fuck you. And if you see Dr. Breen, tell him I said, Dr. Breen, Dr. Breen, I said, tell him I said, Breen, tell him I said, Dr. Breen, Dr. Breen, I said, tell him I said, Breen, tell him I said, Breen, see Dr. Breen, see Dr. Breen, I said, tell him I said,
Fuck you!
and if you see Dr. Breen, tell him I said,
We've got something. Okay.
and if you see Dr. Breen,
Hello?
tell him I said,
Take it easy in there. You're safe now. You'll have to forgive the scanning process. We can't take any chances. Dr. Freeman? Gordon Freeman? Is
and
that
if you
you?
see Dr. Breen,
You've made it here this
Tell him
quickly,
I
but
said,
Eli is going
fuck
through
you.
days, not to mention relieved. I'm Dr. since long before the Black Mesa incident. Oh,
and if you see Dr.
I
Breen,
do so envy
Tell him
you
I
working
said,
with Eli and
fuck
Dr. Tyler at the top of their field. I'll take you down to Eli right away.
and if you see Dr. Breen, tell him I said, fuck. And if you see Dr. Breen, tell him I said, fuck. And if you see Dr. Breen, tell him I said, fuck. And if you see Dr. Breen, tell him I said, fuck you.
We could certainly use the extra help around here.
And
We've covered a lot of ground in the last few months, but things would go so much faster if we could work together. We're closing in on a reliable local
and if you see Dr. Breen,
the Combine still hasn't tested. Eli thinks their portals are string based,
The explosion.
similar to our collateral model. But they fail to factor in the dark energy equations. They can tunnel through from their universe, but once they're here, they're dependent on local transportation. If they knew what we were doing with entanglement,
And if you see Dr. Breen, tell him I said fuck. And if you see Dr.
I'm just so excited to think that we'll finally have the chance to. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Dr. Kleiner compressed the Zen relay far beyond anything he imagined. We've figured out how to use Zen as an unexpressed axis, effectively a dimensional slingshot, so we can swing around the border world and come back in local space without.
And if you see Dr. Breen, tell him I said fuck you.
Cycle. Citizen. Concern. Of course, your question touches on one of the basic biological impulses. With all years for the future. I also detect some unspoken questions.
Oh. Thought you were nitroglycerin. They is a nitroglycerin.
He's one of us.
Engaging protection team is completed. Reinforcement team code green.
Let me read a letter I recently received.
Well, yeah, I'll hit the glass and
Why has the Combine seemed to suppress our...
drop it. Just drop it. Oops, fumbled it. Oops. 10-108.
Let me read a letter I recently received.
Oh, I thought you were a cop.
10-108.
Oh, I thought you were a cop.
Combine seemed fit to suppress our reproductive cycle. Sincerely.
Look at that out there.
Thank you for writing.
And if you see Dr. Breen, tell him I said